Pete, what's up, man? Can you hear us?
All right.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. You hear
Awesome.
me?
Hey,
Yep.
good. Sounds great, man. Hey, thanks for the time, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Do you want to use some roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just not waste this time. All right, let's get into it, man. Thank you again. Here we go. In 3, 2.
All right, we're doing a little bonus show,
Yeah,
which
little
we don't
bonus
do
show.
too often, but we wanted to do this uncensored, and
Well, we want our guest to be in his native environment. There's no sense.
Oh, wait. You mean I could curse?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
oh,
can.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, guys, I've been preparing all week to not curse.
No,
Oh, I guess I
no,
should have let you
you're
know that
fine.
it was uncensored.
You're fine. You're completely fine. Be
Sam,
yourself.
come
My
on,
bad,
Sam.
my
Be
bad.
yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Well, we realized it would.
I didn't think you could do it uncensored, so I was like, we're going to do a bonus
I'm
show.
not Tuttle. Don't give me that.
We want you to be an authentic weenie whisperer. We want you to bring the full you to the table, and we have to pick your brain about you, I guess, come in contact with somebody that we've known for a very long time, a bit of a loose cannon crazy man by the name of Tuttle.
That's what you call him? Crazy man?
That's a nice
Yeah.
thing. That's a nice thing. No,
We call him worse.
He's a raving lunatic.
So, Pete, let's talk about you for a second, because I want our audience to understand a little bit of your background.
Because I think you figured this out. You've known Tuttle almost longer than I have. And I think you kind of think you know what's going on here with Tuds.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about Tuttle
we'll
later,
get to
because
that,
the
but
whole
let's-
interview
yeah.
and the fight. But
Let's dig into Pete, and
Yeah.
because like you had a very, very, very large YouTube channel at one time that was taken down. Is that what happened?
Yeah, back in the day, I built my channel up to, over 100,000 subscribers.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and then I had some custody issues because I had custody of my daughter, and my ex-wife found out that I was doing this character, Pervert Pete. So she took me on in court, and my lawyer advised me that I should, take down the videos. And my whole thing was like, it's a character I'm doing. What's
We need
the
a
problem?
Mo.
Weird.
Write this down for Mo.
So your lawyer said, like, hey, take this character down. The judge is going to use this to determine her decision or his decision. It seems like that's like using someone's character in a movie and being like,
Yeah, like Joe Pesci's wife says, well, you bashed this guy's head in with the cash register
Yeah.
in the movie, so we got to take your kid, we got to take your money, we got to shut you down.
That was my argument. I was like, I don't understand this. It makes absolutely no sense to me. So I did that, and long story short, I won, of course, and I had custody of my kid still. But then, because I deleted all my videos like a moron, I panicked because my kid's the only thing that matters.
Of course,
yeah.
of course.
And no,
This is the reasonable side of Pervert Pete everyone's hearing right now. I want everyone to know that.
Yeah. So Pete, before
Kids first.
before even this, to even build up your channel or your channel that big, how did you even start, and when did you realize that you had something and the character, people loved the character, and the
How did it start? Did it start on the Omegle channel? And we're not really familiar with that. We're fucking old men.
Yeah, I'm old too. I didn't know about it either. I just went on YouTube one day and I saw this guy just talking to people on Omegle, and I was like, wow, this is so funny. And I was like, oh, I want to do that, but I want to do something different. I don't just want to be a person. I want to be a character. So I just came up with this character. Do you guys know Eminem? On Eminem's original, on his first CD, he had a skit called Ken Kniff.
Yeah.
Ken Kniff was like, oh,
Ken
hey
Kniff
there,
from
cop
Connecticut.
boy. And
yeah.
so I was like, oh, let me do something like that. And it just, just evolved from that.
Interesting.
This is crazy.
And then we've watched some of your videos. You just realize people liked this.
Yeah, you're like fucking with people. You're looking
Yeah.
at it on Omegle challenge. You're whispering the weenies at them. You're waving a wiener at them, and just like fucking with people. And then you would record that and then put these out as your videos.
Yeah, that's it. I just, just talk to, not think about it, just like talk and just like, what would this stupid character do? And it just evolved from there, and people actually liked it. So I just kept on doing what people liked, and it just evolved from there.
100,000 subscribers. So were you at a point where you, as and I'm not even getting into your actual identity, were you at a point where you're like, hey, me as this dad, this could be a viable way for me to make money for my family. This could be a career. This could be something. Or was this still a hobby? Because, you know, most people, I mean, we got like, what do we have? Like 6,000? We don't even have 7,000 subscribers.
Less than 1/10 of that. You
right.
know,
So when you have 100,000 subscribers, are you like, man, I can do something with this?
Well, yeah, at that time, you know, YouTube was way different. They didn't, you know, there was no like censorship or anything. And around, I think it was like around 30 to 40,000 subscribers, somewhere in there, I went full time with this. Like the ad revenue was insane. So
what were you making? Can you tell us like what you were making? Because like most people won't say it, but we get fascinated with the real numbers.
Yeah, around because that's what I remember. I remember that 30 to 40,000 mark. I was making about 2,500 a month just on ads from YouTube.
Good. That's decent money.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah,
and then you know I had a Patreon and all that stuff. People donating like nice people, and you know that was it, man. All I could do is just do this.
People are arriving in our chat room. They're really confused and they think we're talking. They don't know what. This is Pervert Pete. This is Pervert Pete.
Some didn't see the show last week.
Yeah, we talked to Tuttle. Tuttle said that Vulture, his producer, set up an interview with
Vulture
Pervert
just
Pete.
messaged me and he's mad. He wants us to get Tuttle on now with
No.
Pervert Pete. I told him we're not doing that.
This is Pete's time. This is not Tuttle's time. This is Pete's time. We're actually taking the time to ask the questions that Tuttle should have asked the first fucking time when he was talking to Pervert Pete. We're finding out about the custody. We're finding about the 100,000 subscribers and the money he was making and how this whole fucking thing fell apart.
I will say though, I told Tuttle this, and,
and he didn't use it.
His response question was, "So where do you broadcast from?"
No.
Get him, Pervert Pete.
Well, I mean, like, you know, from Jersey. All right, that's great.
So I'm curious.
Every time I look at Pervert Pete, I think of the band Masked Intruder.
Yeah.
Which I love that band. That's one of my favorite bands. You look like one of my favorite bands. Like all four of them dressed like you.
So
no, thanks.
At this time, like you're able to monetize it. Like this is a legitimate. Like this is
a job.
This is a job, and also you're making a living doing this. I'm surprised your attorney couldn't make the argument to the judge is like, yeah, he plays this character on this is a like. And what year are we talking? 2012 ish or something.
And you're saying everything I was saying. Like I still to this day I cannot fathom how it even happened. But yeah, it was 2017, I think.
Oh wow, this wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but even in 2017, I could see an old lawyer not really understanding the significance and just being like, "Oh, this content. Yeah, you don't want the judge to see this. They're gonna, and instead of like, hey,
you think it's as simple as the ski mask?
Could be.
Maybe.
And the name.
I was
Pervert.
thinking that. Like the whole time I'm looking at you, I'm like, this is harmless, but man, there's something menacing about a ski mask.
Yeah, but it's like not giving a porn star or letting a porn star have custody of their kid. It's like, who gives a shit? It's like, do they bring their kid on set? No, like is it separate?
Right.
Well, I did. I was bringing my kids on set, and I let them watch openly.
Yeah, what was did you decide when the whole Pervert Pete character, you're like, it's better to have a mask? Like I too, when I started radio, I had a suit on and people liked the character and they liked me in a bear suit more than they liked Tom Van at the beginning. It was a way, it endears you to people immediately for whatever reason, the psychology, people like a character more than a human being. Like I feel like if you had the same bit and shtick without the mask, people would be like, not as good. I like the mask part of it.
Yeah, where'd you come up with the get up?
I forget. Well, at first it was like I just wore a ski mask and a shirt. I didn't really think about it. I was just thinking like, like a GTA type character or something. You know who he is, what's going on. And then over time, I was like, I'm a make-believe character. Shouldn't I have like a uniform or something?
Yeah. You kind of remind me of like the Foot Clan from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something. Like where they would all there'd be many of you. Like there'd be an army of Pervert Pete's, and you're like just the main Pete. I don't know. I'm a weirdo, Pete. Anyway.
That's a great idea. I would have loved to do something like that,
I can see that.
So, Pete, after you deleted all your videos and your YouTube channel, then what'd you...
it was probably demonetized and all of that, right?
No, actually. It wasn't demonetized. I deleted all the videos because I panicked. And I was like, all right, I got to do something. I got to keep this going. So I took the mask off and, was myself. It kept it going for a while, but it wasn't the same. I ruined everything. I took away the mystique and everything. You know what I mean?
Man, what was that feeling like when you're like, oh God, I ruined it? Like,
we did this. Remember when we got attacked by our corporate, we used to work in radio. We're doing this podcast at the same time. Short of the long is they didn't like us doing that, and they asked us, much like you, to take down all original 159 episodes of our show.
Yeah, or we'd be fired.
Or we'd be fired on the spot. And we panicked, much like you. I cried. You saw me. I took them all down, and we didn't lose them because I kept them, but we didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know if we were going to have to start a new career.
Yeah, we were always mad that we took them down, but in the grand scheme of things, like, it ended up working out, and it's like, so it's not. I'm sure you got custody, everything in that part worked out.
You did the right thing.
But did you save the videos, or are they totally gone?
I did save the videos. Yeah. So the fans were 100% supportive and everything. All the fans were supportive of everything. But like, I couldn't get into searches, like, because I wasn't gonna clickbait people with I'm some pervert or whatever that is, because then it changes everything. Like a actual person that's a pervert, it's like, whoa, what? It's kind of but.
Yeah, that's us. We're the real perverts. Real perverts don't wear masks. They're sitting right in front of you.
Right in front of your face.
I'm right here.
Right. It changes everything. But so eventually, I got custody again. And once that happened, I brought the character back. But the mystique was gone. But I started building the channel back up. I put up all my old videos. The channel started building back up. And then one day I woke up on my birthday and I got 3 notifications that 3 of my videos were taken down, which means 3 strikes and you're out, and my channel was terminated.
Oh my God.
For what reason?
For videos that were 5 years old. I forget the exact what they were, but they were 5-year-old videos. They've been up for 5 years. No problem, but because that was during the YouTube apocalypse, when YouTube started panicking and started flagging everything that could have been controversial. So
yeah, it had something to do. He's jogging my memory about, like, remember when all these really nasty videos were kind of infiltrating the kid version of YouTube. And then I think it's one of the reasons why they ask you, when you put any content on YouTube, it's like the first question they ask you is like, is this kid porn? That's like the first question they ask you. Like, no matter what you put on YouTube, the first thing they ask you when you hit
Who
upload.
clicks yes?
Hey, I don't know.
What is the scary monster? There was they were like, the suicide monster will come get you.
Yeah. No, it was
the weird bird looking lady.
What
the hell? I forgot her name.
Yeah, it was the bird,
but anyway,
the suicide bird.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. Momo. It was Momo.
Yeah,
Momo the suicide bird.
It was Momo the suicide bird, the kids. And then so Pete got wrapped up in all of that, and they're just like, they got these they just take everything down, they're deleting all of it, 3 strikes, boom, and you're done. So this channel that you had 100,000s, you're bringing it, you're putting the character in there, taking the character out, you're trying to manipulate it the best you can. Now it's dead. So what do you do? Quit.
Just quit.
You just quit.
That was so difficult. Like,
I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Yeah, I can.
I was like,
is there any recourse? Like, could you talk to anybody at YouTube and be like, why did this happen? Because you don't know if it's a real person looking at this or a bot.
Yeah, it could be Momo the bird.
Yeah, because the bot thing to us, like, we do Twitch and other stuff that, like, Daniel will put up a video and a bot will scrape it down, right? And
we
then
get hit on YouTube sometimes for copyrighted stuff.
And it'll scrape it down by accident because they either got confused or they thought something was a titty and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But it's because the bots aren't 100%. And then it's like,
robots don't know titties.
There's lots of influencers where, like, this is these people's jobs and you're using a bot, and then the person has no recourse because there's no one to talk to. They don't have any employees. Like, it's just endless bots.
So you just got out of the game?
Well, yeah. Well, I once I got those emails, I wrote, you can appeal it. So I wrote out this long, like 2-hour message to appeal it. And 30 minutes later, I got denied. So that was a bot. I reached out to, I had some friends that, they had millions of subscribers. I reached out to them, see if they could do anything. Even their contact couldn't do anything. So I just quit. I was so defeated. I was like, what am I going to do?
Pete, do you know the rules of what you can and can't say? Like what? Like,
I don't.
I know that for anything that can be considered like, and it's all subjective too. And then again,
I'm sure we break rules all the time just by being comedy and satire, but how do you? It's subjective.
If you're doing a comedy show, you scream "I'll kill you" as a joke or something like that, and then next thing you know, like the AI bots have gotten to where they can listen to every word of your show and like, oh, you threatened violence, scrape, and then you're like, wait, the context, this is you're scraping, but they're like, well,
doesn't matter.
They're like, well, you could use our platform or not,
right?
And that's their argument.
Yeah, you can go to the ones that nobody cares about, which is true. YouTube is the only dog in town,
and so then you have to play by their rules, which is the kind of bullshit and anti the whole point, I feel, of YouTube and people creating their own content to begin with.
It's not free speech in that regard.
Yeah, but I guess you make the argument, well, this is a private company, and we run. This is not the United States.
No different than our airwaves. When we have clients, if we had a client that said, "Hey, I pay you, but I want to come on your couch and I want to go Kanye crazy," we'd say, "Sorry, man, that's not the type of thing we do here. They don't, we control that. They don't."
Yeah, but then it's like, and I guess that's the argument with all social media is, should you have ultimate free speech? Should you start because then, it's like slippery slope one way, then slippery slope the other. It's hard.
So how did we get to
a lot
Tuttle?
of slippery slope?
I know.
So let's talk about, how did we get to Tuttle? Vulture, Tuttle's producer. How did he end up? Did you just get an email out of the blue one day?
No, I don't know. It's one of these I don't know, one of these websites where you can get guests for podcasts and stuff. So I set up because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I came back after 4 years or whatever it was, and I wanted to see what I could do. And I set up a profile or whatever on one of these websites for podcasts to get guests, and he reached out.
Oh, okay. So it was one of these services. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It made it seem like when we were talking to Tuttle, he was like, my producer found this
guy, just threw it on my desk. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, actually, guys, let me just say, because after getting that email, I was like, all right, cool. Let me see who this Tuttle is. I just, briefly just checked and everything, and something just didn't feel right. So I messaged who I thought was just Tuttle, and I messaged him and just gave him my story. Real brief, not
like
huge
backstory.
or anything.
Yeah, you gave him a bio.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Yeah. I'm not hearing anything wrong now.
And I didn't hear anything back, so I figured he got it. Well, I guess he didn't. I guess his producer's a moron, and it's all his fault.
Oh, you hear that, Vulture?
Shots fired.
You're a moron, Vulture.
And Tuttle lives, I feel, old school 90s radio.
He also lives with old people. He lives in a 55 and up community.
He doesn't read the in the traditional old radio days, the host never reads the bio of the guest.
They're just dickheads.
That's true.
That's beneath them.
Where we come from, most of your radio hosts are big and fat, and they don't care. And I was a producer for 20 years, man, a radio producer. No one ever, and you bring in you give the bio to the big fat host. He looks at whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, I'm too good for this.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the free ribs from the Rib Shack to come in.
Tony Roma's.
Yeah, I want Tony Roma's ribs, and I want all my coffee, and bring me my packet.
Pete, I'm curious, have you done other interviews and other shows and other where it was a standard interview? Like when you went in with Tuttle, did you feel right off the bat that this was going to go poorly?
Not right off the bat. I mean, just by looking at him, I was like, some could be a little off here. But pretty much once he started talking,
you were trying. I watched the video. I analyzed it yesterday. You were trying. You had good posture. You had good energy. You were
cared.
You were kind of doing like a yes and kind of what you're doing with us. You're professional, but this motherfucker, I'm looking at him and I'm like, hold on a second. Is he high as hell? Is he been up all night? What's wrong with his hair's all messy? He looks like he's coming up a bender or something.
Then he's doing the I'm gonna start acting like I'm too good for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna start huffing and puffing.
I mean, that's obviously that's how he came off and everything. And I will say my jokes were horrible. I mean, those jokes that I tried to throw in were
though.
Horrible.
But you were trying. My point is that what?
Yes,
what
I was trying. Yes.
Yeah, you were giving. It didn't matter that they were like if me, Sam, you, Tom, doing in that scenario, you were being. It was a setup, I feel.
Yeah. I feel this whole thing.
Tell him your theory. Because
Okay.
your theory.
Okay, I have a theory, Pervert Pete, that...
Well, Tuttle and Tom used to stunt all the time. So Tuttle played Tuttle, or he had another character called the Evil Dr. Nerdcock, and they dress up and used to wear a bear suit, and Tuttle would just be... And Tuttle, like, his claim to fame was he was a nerd, and he had a big dick. That was it. That's it. And so you guys have known each other for almost 20 years, and you would do radio stunts. So that's why I feel like if anybody's going to know what's happening here, it will be Tuttle's best friend, Tom Van.
Okay, well, it seemed to me, Pervert Pete, because we looked at this and we saw your videos, and Pervert Pete, plug your YouTube channel because
please.
you can see all this. And
Pete goes, he breaks them all down.
Yeah, pervertpete.com.
Yep, go to pervertpete.com. He's got merch on there.
So, and he broke down this Tuttle interview that we're speaking about. This whole thing started because of this. But I feel like Tuttle, he's cut from the 90s radio cloth of like Bubba the Love Sponge. And and then I think Bubba the Love Sponge recently did this with someone else and then got a bunch of media attention because he brought someone on the air and he shanghaied him.
It was
I don't think we can say that.
I don't think
One of them tricked him? I'll say tricked.
Tricked is fine.
I'll say tricked. I gotta get rid of that.
Tricked is fine.
It doesn't seem racist.
Pete's eyeballs in his mask. They went.
Violation.
Mask off.
Pete knows.
Even don't say that. You'll get demonetized.
Even fucking Pete knows not to say Shanghai.
I don't even know why that's racist. Anyway, so Bubba the Love Sponge has done this a million times where you bring a guest on and then you start some sort of argument with them.
Well, you just sit in the background and then you let the person spin a little bit and it gives you some heat.
Yeah, and then so then the person's like, "Why are you doing this to me? You brought me on here." Like, why? Like, I came on here as a guest. You invited me, and now all of a sudden you're acting weird and you're doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
And then you get in a fight with a person. Then that fight becomes media, and then they're like, and I feel like that is the old 90s radio show trick, and I'm not sure if Tuttle was trying to do that, but it seemed like he was purposely trying to pick a fight with you, Pete.
If he did that, he did it horribly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we didn't say he was good at it.
When did it take a turn in the interview?
Yeah, how long did he go with you? Because like I couldn't make it through it, man. Because and it wasn't you. You were trying, but Tuttle with the hair, and he kept pushing it up, and he.
And I was like, all right,
So
wait, you're Tampa Terry. Like, what? What are you talking about,
Terry? And I'm like, this
he
guy.
starts throwing names out.
Yeah, like how long did you guys go?
I don't remember. I think it was like maybe 30 minutes, but like his first question was besides asking me about myself and then asking where I'm from, he asked me about some college shooting. And he said the guy that shot the kid went to the guy that shot the kid went to the funeral. I thought that was funny. That's hilarious. And I said, well, hey, once you go woke, I was trying to come up with a line, go woke, go broke.
You're Pervert Pete.
Once you go woke, you always go broke. Yeah, all right.
You're trying to go, you're like, all right, this guy's talking about a shooting. I'm going to make an inappropriate comment because that's what Pervert Pete does.
You know what I like doing? I'm Pervert Pete. I like shooting my comb everywhere. I don't know. You got to go bottom of the barrel, low hanging fruit.
Yeah, you're trying to go along with him. Like, why would this guy bring up a shooting? Okay, I guess I'll go with this way. I'm with you, Pete.
And he got offended. And I knew and just knowing he's from Bubba the Love Sponge universe, I was like, all right, he's got to have something in his closet. Like, why would you get offended? So, of course, I found a bunch of lines that he said that are horribly offensive. So he got offended right there. And then he just went on this Tampa Terry?
Tampa Terry, yeah.
Which I don't know who that is.
Honestly, man, I have tried to figure that out. I mean, I have no idea. Again, I think he was so high, he didn't even know where he was at. I don't even know if he knows he talked to you.
That makes sense because, he didn't do anything with it. He just said, yeah, you're Tampa Terry.
I'm wondering if it's like a
Okay,
Bubba listener that's like on Twitch or YouTube.
Well, they go hard in
Maybe.
Tampa,
That's what
man.
I'm thinking.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
But I don't know.
The Tampa radio listeners are animals, man.
Yeah, when they got Nard Chat, we're like, what
Oh,
the fuck?
they'll start attacking
Oh,
everything.
they'll like for me, I'll be like, yeah, you know, Tampa, it's okay, and they'll be like, what? And they'll get in my
Like,
DMs.
why is this girl's tits not out?
Yeah,
I was
they're like,
"That's
hey,
not-
Dan,
you can't even
you're-
do that on Twitch.
Hey, Dan, your wife's ugly. Your kid's ugly. I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I just said Tampa was okay.
Oh, I was right. So Tampa Terry is a troll on Bubba's show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a lot. It's almost like an army of trolls.
Yeah. It's almost like they
Write
should
that
call
down.
it the.
No.
Well, and with that, like I was, you know, he just kept going on and on with this Tampa Terry shit, and then he tried like chastising me, telling me how to be a broadcaster.
Oh.
He was like, you don't, and he said on your show, and everything he said on your show was a lie, which is provable by just going and seeing the interview.
Well, we know
But
that
he
every time we
Yeah,
talk.
every time we talk to him, I know he's lying. I'm like, are you sober? He's like, yes. I'm like, all right. Okay, sure, buddy.
But he said some viral video I made that I went out of my way to edit to make him look stupid. And all I did was he chastised me. He said, as a broadcaster, you don't say or and all I did was take a handful of times that he did that.
I was gonna
And
say
put it in
Tuttle's
the
very
video.
guilty.
Yeah, you gotta set that to some techno music. I'll
light.
listen to that all day. That is old school. That's
Oh.
good, Pete. Also, Pete, Tom and I watched your boxing training video this morning, and we very much enjoyed that.
Well,
No,
I
that
didn't
was
see
that was
that.
terrible.
Yeah, he put up a new video this
Now I
morning.
gotta go find it.
yeah.
No, we liked it when your suspenders fell off.
I missed it.
You did get pretty winded.
I was like, man.
Yeah, but that's fine. And also, now we have perpetuated this thing that eventually.
Well, it spiraled out of control. It
You
was-
and Tuttle will box, and we've been kicking it around.
We asked our lawyer about
Yeah,
it.
we asked our lawyer how the insurance would work and all
he
this.
was not happy with it.
Yeah,
No.
what venue we could use, but it's like I've seen some interest. Our the BDMs have they're all
They create a whole lineup.
I'm looking at the chat room right now. I've gotten a lot of people that like Pete over Tuttle.
Oh, really?
they're
Okay.
turning.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. And now we will eventually talk to Tuttle separately, and then maybe both of you guys have to say.
We didn't think it would be fair for the first time to do, and I'm not going to say Shanghai. We didn't think it would be fair to bring you on and then because we know Tuds well, and he would be trying to step all over your story. Couldn't have you on the same time, and then you go crazy.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like everything he said in your last show was a lie, and I could easily prove that. Like, how did he said he tried to make it funny, and and I wasn't having it. Like, what one time where you tried to make it funny, Tuttle? One time.
Oh my God, wrong button. The number of time that people have told Tuttle to make it funny and he can't is almost uncountable at
Now,
this point.
there is a side of this that I have contemplated that could be true.
The sad side?
No, not the sad side. The genius side of this.
Okay.
Because there is there's a strategy here with like going on someone's show or having a guest, right, and being so weird or controversial, or like you get in an argument with them or whatever.
So, like,
They-
when Pete was making the videos,
I'm
you
like,
think that was all part of Tuttle's plan?
Because going back to 90s radio, there is no bad press, right? In the mind of a 90s radio show host,
Right.
like good, bad, if they're talking about you, it's good, right? It's just publicity. And so Pervert Pete, he has now all these videos like, look, this crazy guy I did an interview with.
Right.
Even though it's bad, it makes Tuttle look crazy. He still has Tuttle
You might be
on
right.
Pete's channel, and then people are like, even if 1% of your audience is like, well, I'm gonna check this Tuttle guy out. He seems crazy. We'll see what else he's doing. Because I was like,
Have you thought about that at all, Pete?
Yes, I have. And you know him better, Tom, so I'm not going to, but I disagree. I think he's a perpetual victim. and he loves playing how he's victimized by everyone. He's just trying to, he's just trying to do his thing, and everyone's all talking about him. Big crybaby.
That's pretty accurate. All right. Well,
Holy shit.
Thanks so much for being here. You nailed it. All right. Good. No, I'm joking.
That's
pretty.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you never know with Tuttle. Like when we
He's
talk
an
to
enigma,
Tuttle,
man.
we were like, I look at him in his eyes, and it's like the
He might
spirals.
kill me for saying how much I like Pete.
Yeah. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we could tell Tuttle, even when we have text conversations, I don't know
There's
what.
nothing there, man. There's nothing there.
It's like I'm texting a doll.
Yeah. It really is.
And then it's like, this doll is crazy.
Yeah. It's like trying to kiss a shark. It's like you're looking into their eye. There's no soul in there.
Yeah. Then there's no behind the scenes like planning of like, hey, we're gonna say this. And there's nothing.
No. He's like, just go. Just go. I know what to do.
There is an element that is I like about Tuttle where he doesn't give a shit about anything and this, that, the other. Like he could be like on the news one day. They could be knocking on this door. He doesn't care. Which he's hardened by this industry.
You know why this? We have to stop this is because Pete's got something to lose.
Yeah,
Pete's got a family.
Yeah.
You know?
Family.
Yes, I impregnated 2 girls. That was another thing. But I was going to say, if we're going to box, well, one, I don't even know how that can happen because he looks like, what is he, 5'2", 120?
Oh, that's Dan.
That's me. Well, not 120. 5'2". I'm 5'2", 375.
He's
my
a smaller
God.
guy, but now, I don't know.
He's like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, but he's
I think he's 5'9", and he's about $142.
I think he
yeah,
weighs
because I'm
160.
6 foot. I'm 6 foot 195. I could get down to maybe 170.
Yeah, but remember Big Fat Tuttle? I think we need to
get a big fat Tuttle.
I think
gotta chunk him up.
Well, yeah, I think Tuttle can get to 170.
We gotta get him.
He was 200 at one point.
What are the drugs that make you eat the most? We need to get him on those drugs.
Yeah, but he can't stop taking the Adderall. That's what.
Oh yeah, and that's counterproductive.
Yeah,
he could stop it for training for 3 months.
You can eat past Adderall though. I've seen it happen. But he has some boxing experience. He
does.
In the 90s.
He used to box women.
Yeah, he used to box women, special needs, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time.
His gimmick was to box women and people in wheelchairs.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. So, I'm kind of retarded. So that
there it is. Shanghai.
yeah, that'll work. Hey, but I want one stipulation in the contract, though. After I knock him out and give him brain damage, I want to bang his mom.
That's too far. Now Tuttle's going to get mad. It's all he has.
It has to happen. That's my only stipulation.
This isn't where you get into it.
This is where we take the turn and we become. My God, I feel my love handles becoming Bubba the Love Button. I'm feeling it.
My sleeves are like one thread at a time. They're unraveling.
Oh my God, I have the urge to buy a Corvette.
My belt buckle's getting bigger.
You want a Batman tattoo?
I want to drive around Orlando in a convertible Corvette with my wife's tits out. It's so bad.
So if we did
Vulture says deal.
Okay. So if we did do a boxing match, obviously we'd have to fly you down. We have to get the video. There's a lot. The undercard.
We have to get the undercard. Get the hotel.
I don't know how you even televise that because you can't have
closed circuit. We'll put it on Fight TV.
Yeah, because you can't put
We'll
boxing.
sell DVDs later.
Like what? This is I'm curious to what if we wanted to stream it. What platform could we stream it on that doesn't have the regulation of I'm sure they don't allow.
Is Periscope still a thing?
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming back. Pete, do you know off the top of your head where we can broadcast?
I mean, you could stream it anywhere, I think. There's been a few YouTuber boxing fights, and I know that they've been televised on YouTube.
That's right.
Yeah.
We could just do it on YouTube. If it were just a real fight, it's not like they're going to be like,
And there's real fights on YouTube all the time, right? But it's weird what they will take off. And you allow
a lot
violence.
of people say that.
And Pervert Pete says, just some fucking joke in his character, and you take his.
You take that. All I wanted to talk about is Hunter Biden's laptop.
And you're watching people beat each other up violently, and you're like, that's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
It is weird.
Pull that titty down.
It is weird. So Pete, I guess as we move forward, is there anything Tuttle could do? What if Tuttle went to you and said, like, hey, I was just trying to do my thing. This was all just.
Or what if he said I was really high?
And is there anything that he could say at this point that would make you not hate him anymore? I feel like it's too far gone.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like, because I don't like that. I hate this. I never I used to do some of this stuff back in the day, and it just doesn't feel good. It's not fun.
You've
I
matured.
hate doing it.
You've matured, yeah.
But it's just he came off he's so arrogant and so oblivious to what he's doing. Like you're just lying. What, you trying to besmirch my name? What's wrong with you?
What if we bought Tuttle a black dress shirt, white suspenders, a white tie, and the thing, and we ask him to dress up as you and apologize?
Sure, of course, yeah. Seriously though, I don't want to. I don't want to do this. It's not fun. If he wants to, we could, do something, do a stream or something, or talk or whatever. I don't care. Let's do it. Who cares?
It's not gonna work. There's too much anger there. I can feel it. It's not gonna work.
If I know Tuttle, he said, "Oh,
I'll fuck you up."
In fact, I think we should hang up with Pete and call Tuttle and just hear what he has to say.
Right.
Just so.
Pete, hey, we appreciate the time, man. We learned a lot. I'm sorry to hear that you lost your channel, but best of luck in getting it larger. We know we're trying to do that fight too, although we don't really do fun. It's really just a broadcast of what we're already doing. So it's not like we're breaking down any doors.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It's if you missed the show, you can come watch it, whatever.
All right, yeah, no, thanks for your time and everything. It was fun, guys.
Yeah.
And tell Tuttle to go fuck himself.
Oh,
bitch.
my God. Okay, all right, okay. There it is. All right. Well, that ended